with questions brought forward from previous order papers. And this time we are tackling questions under Ministry of Homeland Security. Question 201, Cholo Tava.
Thank you very much, Second Deputy Speaker, Madam. I rise to confirm that question 205 and
201?
My apologies. Question 201 appearing on today's order paper under the Ministry of Homeland Security is indeed coming from the people of Cholo Tava, especially the area of Senior Chief Kwetemule. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Leader for DPP. Honorable Minister, Homeland Security.
Good morning, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. Through you, allow me to thank the Honorable Minister, the Honorable Member of Parliament, Mr. T.M. Navicha, Madam T.M. Navicha from Cholo Tava, from Gujumule.
Kwetemule, not Gujumule.
Oh, Kwetemule. The Honorable MP is asking my ministry to consider providing a motor vehicle at Makwasa Police Station post to ease mobility challenges. Madam First Deputy Speaker, I would like to thank the Honourable Member for Cholo Tava for the question. The Honourable Member is asking my ministry to consider providing a motor vehicle at Makwasa Police Post to ease mobility. My ministry is aware of the mobility challenges that Malawi Police Service is facing, including Makwasa Police Post. I would like, therefore, to agree with the Honourable Member on the need to provide a vehicle at Makwasa Police Post, as the transportation is a key to most police operations, including crime control. Madam First Deputy Speaker, let me inform the Honourable Member that my ministry will continue to engage with the government to procure more vehicles. I would therefore like to assure the Honourable Member that the request has been noted, and once the vehicles are procured, Makwasa Police Post will be considered. The second question, considering of a police post at Chimwanza Trading Center, is this yours? No, thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. The owner of the question, then Cholo
Southwest.
Southwest, Sanje Central. In that order, please.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the second and third part of my question has not been responded. I thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Minister, we have 3 questions there.
Yes. I asked her, she said no, so I thought maybe making a mistake. Through you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the Honourable Member also wanted a construction of a police post at Chimwanza Trade Center at Zimbiri headquarters in the area of Senior Chief Puka. Madam First Deputy Speaker, I would like to thank Honourable Member for Cholo Tava for the second question. The Honourable Member is asking my ministry to consider constructing a police post at Chimwanza Trading Center and its Zimbiri headquarters in the area of Senior Chief Puka. Madam First Deputy Speaker, Second Deputy Speaker, I would like to agree with the Honourable Member on the need to establish a police post at Chimwanza Trading Center and its Zimbiri headquarters in the area of senior chief poker, as this will strengthen the security in the area. However, before establishing a police post, my minister will have to conduct an assessment. If the area is suitable for a police post or a police unit. Once the assessment is completed, the honourable member will be informed and requested to make all necessary requirements for the construction of the police establishment. In the meantime, the area will be serviced by Makwasa Police Unit. The honourable member also wanted our minister to construct a police houses at the Ntambanyama police post. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, let me thank the honourable member for Toro Tava for the question. The honourable member is asking my ministry to consider constructing a police houses at Ntambanyama police post. Let me start by correcting the honourable member that according to the Malawi Police Service Functions and Establishment Review, Ntambanyama is not a unit. Ntambanyama is a unit and not a post. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, going back to the question, let me agree with the honourable member on need to construct police houses at Ntambanyama Police Unit, as this improves welfare as well as ease mobilization of police officers in time of emergency. Let me inform the honourable member that Ntambanyama Police Unit is one of the beneficiaries of the 10,000 houses project being implemented by government, and it was allocated 6 houses under phase 2. Currently, processes are underway to produce a contractor to start the work at the site. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, thank you.
Thank you very much. I will not regard that as a supplementary question because it was just a continuation of the question which the Honourable Minister left unanswered. I did recognize Choro Southwest.
Yes, thank you, Second Deputy Speaker. I've got a similar question to Blantyre City Southwest, so I wanted to yield to him to ask a supplementary question to the Honourable Minister of Homeland Security.
Okay, fine. Blantyre City.
Thank you so much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, wanted to ask the Minister of Homeland Security as to what action his ministry is taking on the immigration crisis that is currently going on now. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, Malawi is the only country, as I'm talking to you now, in the whole world without passports. And this is happening under this minister. So, for the first time in the history of this country, we've never had our people issued passport on an A4 paper with a logo, but it is happening now. We want to know, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, what is happening in his ministry, because this is daylight robbery.
Honourable Member, your question is not relating to the original question.
It's coming there, Madam Speaker. It's coming there.
Then just to go straight to the part where there is a relationship with the original question, please.
It's coming, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, we should know that our people are forced to pay twice or 3 times the amount the normal passport fee is. And then this is coming from a background of the promise that this government would make passports fee, reduce them to 14,000. But clearly, that has not happened, and in the end, we are failing to provide a simple passport book to our people. I would like to urge the Minister, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, that he should put his energy and efforts in ending the crisis at the immigration under his ministry, under his watch, instead of him focusing on finishing DPP.
Honorable Member.
Madam Speaker, it has now become very important
Honorable
that the
Member
President,
for Blantyre City
as a
South
matter of
East.
urgency, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, needs to reshuffle his cabinet.
Honorable members, may you resume your seats, please. Honorable member, I want to take you to our standing order 65-2, and it reads, supplementary questions shall arise directly from the answer to the original question and shall not be used to introduce matters not included in the original answer to the question or purport to raise a new matter on the floor of the Assembly, notice of which has not been given. As I always say, please, supplementary questions should relate to the original question, and it should not be a new question for that matter, please. In the response from the Honorable Minister to question 201, he did not mention anything to do about passports. So I will not allow you to ask a question to do with passports when there was no something like that. May we go to another supplementary?
Madam Speaker, can I just finish?
No, Honorable. No, Honorable, I gave you a chance and you have misused it.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, are you saying people not being given passports is not a serious matter?
Honorable Member,
that the Minister needs to answer in Parliament?
It is a serious matter. May you follow the procedure, the right procedure.
The Minister is here. It's his ministry. He can respond.
Yes,
he knows
the Minister is here and we have the questions here and supplementary questions will relate to the original question.
Madam Speaker,
thank you.
Passport is a delicate issue. And our people are going to Israel to work. They need passports. The ministry is doing that. Madam Speaker,
Honorable Member, resume your seat. Honorable members, may we proceed? I did recognize leader. After the leader, I'll give the floor to Nsanje Central.
Yeah, I'm rising on personal reflection. Personal reflection is not allowed. And this is personal reflection. Our standing orders are very clear that you cannot do personal reflection on a minister or any member of the House. What the honorable member is doing is personal reflection to the honorable minister.
Madam Speaker, passport is not a personal issue.
Honorable Member,
passport is not a personal issue, Madam. Passport is for Malawians.
I have not given you the floor.
They are paying money 6 months later on.
Blantyre City South East, what's wrong with you? I have already recognized the Honorable Member for Nsanje Central for a supplementary question, and that will be supplementary question 1. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, for recognizing the people of Nsanje Central to ask a supplementary question to the Minister of Homeland Security. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, this morning I would like to know if the ministry is aware that police officers at Tengan Police Unit are operating under a tree as their office, and they are staying in very dilapidated houses. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the construction of the new office started some years ago, but it paused due to mismanagement of process and resources, and the case is at Anti-Corruption Bureau. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the building which was being temporarily used as the office got demolished during the Cyclone Freddy disaster. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, let me ask the Ministry to seriously consider facilitating the finishing of the office and construct new houses for our men in uniform at Tengan Police Unit. I submit, Madam Second Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Sanje Central. Honorable Minister of Homeland Security.
Through you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, allow me to thank the Member of Parliament from Sanje Central for his question. He wanted to know, to have a police unit in his constituency at Tengani, where police officers are operating under a tree. And he also wanted to find out the construction of another building that was started a long time ago, but up to now is not completed. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the President of this country raised the CDF from 30 to 100,000, which allows people to build anything of their interest in their constituencies. And with this, I feel they should refer to CDF more than from the ministry headquarters. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. But if you have resources, please help them, because indeed his CDF is 100 million, but we have a lot of challenges in our constituencies. Yeah, we go to
Madam
Nsanje Lalanja.
Thank you so much.
Then, no, wait. Nsanje Central, why are you standing?
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the second supplementary question hasn't been tackled. I asked about the construction of new houses. So the Minister...
It is a new question, that's why he has not responded.
Okay.
You are asking for new houses. It's a new question to him. Thank you. After Nsanje Lalanje, Mzuzu Central has been standing. Mzuzu City has been standing. In that order, please.
Thank you so much, Second Deputy Speaker, for giving the people of Nsanje Lalanje an opportunity to ask a supplementary question to the Honorable Minister. Through you, Second Deputy Speaker, I would like to know from the Honorable Minister when they intend to officially open Pokera Police Unit. He did indicate in his response that we are given money in the CDF to do whatever we can. I did construct a police unit using CDF, beautiful one, but there are certain things that I did ask from government to assist. I did ask houses for the police officers because the money is not enough to construct houses. He did promise that he will give us at least 2 houses, but the structure is there. They haven't come to open it. I need some help from them to also bring in some furniture and what have you. So I'd like to know from the Honourable Minister of Homeland when they intend to do that, and also when they intend to start constructing the houses, because the structure is ready and beautiful for the people of Nsanje Lalanje. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Member. Honourable Minister.
Madam, through you, let me thank the Honourable Member of Parliament from Nsanje Lalanje for his pertinent question. She's asking my ministry when would go to open up a police unit in her constituency. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, this is something commendable she has done to have built a police unit in her constituency. It's a very good example. I really appreciate that she's using and appreciating the CDF that has been risen from 30 to 100,000 from 40 to 100 from the current government. And as such, I'm ready to go and open the police unit anytime if she can contact me privately and see my diary. Very ready. Anytime we can go and open. And for the houses that she's looking for, let's wait for the second phase that is coming, as I promised. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Mzuzu City.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker,
No, he has responded to that.
thank you for recognizing Mzuzu City to ask the Minister of Homeland Security a supplementary question. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, if you come to Mzuzu police station, you discover that they are really suffering. They have run out of vehicles, they have no vehicles, and as a result, stealing has become the order of the day. They have got only 2 vehicles right away now. You can imagine how big the city is, having only 2 vehicles. Would the minister consider providing more vehicles to the station so that stealing should be indeed a thing of the past? Thank you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable. Honorable Minister.
Through you, Second Deputy Speaker, allow me to thank the Member of Parliament from Zuzu City. I would like to
Honorable members, order.
I would like to thank the Honourable Member for the Chitipa Wenya for the question. The Honourable Member is asking my ministry the criteria which is used by government in identifying and establishing refugees campsites in terms of, among others, distance from the international boundaries or protected game reserves, engagement with the affected communities. Further, Honourable Member is asking my ministry to clarify if Kairizi in the traditional authority Mwenewenya in Chitipa was identified as a proposed site for a refugee camp. Madam Speaker, confirmation is made that Kairizi in traditional authority Mwenewenya in Chitipa is the site for the proposed refugee settlement. The site was issued by the chiefs of the area and assessed by relevant government stakeholders and found to be conducive for the establishment. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the government, being a sovereign state, has the power to decide where a camp will be situated within the territory, taking into consideration the international standards on the establishment of a camp. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, further, let me clarify that with regards to proximity, the recommendation requires a refugee camp to be situated at least 50 kilometers away from the international border for security purposes. The distance from Chitipa or Mbirima border exceeds this minimum requirement. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, lastly, let me conclude that the joint assessment conducted on the site revealed that the recommended standards were met. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. First, supplementary from the owner of the question, then Machinga East, and then Mangochi. Mangochi East, in that order, please.
Thank you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. I want to find out from the Minister of Homeland the reason why he is avoiding the MP for the area, the councillor from the ward, and the ADC to attend any meeting concerning the refugee camp which is coming to my area. Instead, the ministry is using the MP from Chitipa South, Chitipa Central, and other councillors from other wards leaving the people where the refugee camp is going. What is really happening to leave the people concerned?
Thank you.
Thank you. I want the minister to address us.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Honorable Minister.
Through you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, allow me to respond to the question that has come from Honorable Member from Chitipa Wenya. Madam Speaker, the time that was we're advertising or calling for all stakeholders to attend the meeting, we did that through the DC and the relevant local government officials. And if he decided not to attend, it is not the ministry's responsibility, because all those that were called to attend the meetings were available, and I'll have to check with the DC whether he was invited or not, and then come back to him. But I'm sure everybody was invited to attend the meetings. And he was aware. It was on the radios, it was in newspapers. He would have asked me to do that, yes. No, he was invited. He was invited. But he rejected. He rejected in his own reasons. So that I cannot
Honorable Minister, you don't have evidence to that he rejected. He may not receive the invitation,
okay,
Honorable Minister.
If he did not receive the invitation, that's not my problem. But we considered everybody to come and attend. And that does not fall in my...
Thank you.
Yeah, it is not.
Thank you.
No,
Honorable Member for Wenya, please cool down. The Honorable Minister has explained the invitations went through the DCs. If anything, ask from the office of the DC. Machinga East.
Thank you so much, Second Deputy Speaker. My question is a policy one. Madam Speaker, going through the State of the National Address, ministers have outlined the development they have done and what they intend to do. But under the Ministry of Homeland Security, there is nothing of that sort. I would like to find out from the minister what is the meaning of that. I submit.
Honorable Member, I think the question is too general. Very, very general, because we are on question 212, and supplementary questions should at least relate to that. I don't think so. I don't think so. Anyway, Honorable Minister, do you have anything to say?
Through you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I think that is a new question, and if at all you can forward it.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mangochi East.
Thank you, Second Deputy Speaker, Madam, for giving the people of Mangochi East to ask a supplementary question to the Honorable Minister of Homeland Security. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I wanted to ask through you that is the Minister of Homeland Security aware that the people of Mangochi East have been standing here asking them that they are being deprived of security since 1994, regardless that using CDF, the honorable member standing here has tried her best at least to maintain and renovate some of the offices and buildings in the constituency. But though I've been asking for 4 years, and at the same time receiving and having positive response, but nothing is coming to the people of Senior Chief Katuli, TM Telela, Sub-TM Kata, and at the same time, Sub-TM Lualika. I thank you Second Deputy Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable Minister.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, through you, allow me to thank the Honorable Minister from Mangochi East for expressing her, Honorable Member of Parliament from Mangochi East for expressing her sentiments in regard to security in her area. In her presentation, she said that this has been, the problem of security has been there since 1994, up to date, and they have never been attended to. I just want to assure you, this new government will attend to you. I wonder where your government was to help you, but this government will support you. 4 years, thank you. So be assured that any time we will visit, I'll ask my Minister PS, to go there and check. And whenever you need some houses and some other things, we'll provide for you. We will support you, madam. Thank you very much for your pertinent question.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. In fact, Mangochi, Honorable Minister, Homeland Security, Mangochi East said she has been standing here asking your office. So I'm very sure that you will not give her a chance to stand again in this house and ask for the same thing. Thank you. That concludes questions under Ministry of Homeland Security. Should we proceed as the way it is, Honorable Leader? Honorable members, we now go to tourism. We now go to questions under Ministry of Tourism, 230, Chikwawa West.
Thank you very much, Second Deputy Speaker, for recognizing the people of Chikwawa West. I rise to confirm that question 230 is indeed from the people of Chikwawa West, T.A. Chapananga, Senior Chief Kanzimbi. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable Minister of Tourism.
Thank you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. Through you, I would like to thank the Honorable Member from Chikwawa West, who wants to ask the Minister of Tourism to consider expediting discussions on the boundary for Lengwe National Park. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I wish to begin by thanking the Honorable Member for Chikwawa West for the question, as this question has also provided me with an opportunity to give a correct context, not only to this August House, but also to the Malawi nation as a whole, on the exercise of boundary tracing for Lengwe National Park in Chikwawa, which my ministry, with technical expertise from Ministry of Lands, has been undertaking since the year 2021. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, as a background, let me start by saying that Lengwe National Park was first proclaimed as a game reserve in 1928. And at that time, the main purpose was to protect Nyala antelopes. The reserve was proclaimed as a national park in 1970, and in 1975, it was expanded by 783 kilometers to protect catchment of the Nkombezi River to reduce negative impacts of floods. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, Lengwe National Park was declared in its present form by the National Parks Established Amendment Order of 1975 and was published as a government notice number 149 of 1975. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the Ministry of Tourism exercises its mandate for protecting wildlife inside Lengwe National Park based on the above court order. While the National Parks and Wildlife Act 2017 provides a legal mandate for wildlife conservation in our national parks, including Lengwe National Park. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, following the law enforcement that is undertaken by the Ministry of Tourism to safeguard wildlife in Lengwe National Park, those found on the wrong side of the wildlife law have always been arrested and prosecuted. In view of this, therefore, Some communities complain that sometimes they find themselves encroaching into the park because they do not know the actual park boundary, as there are no physical features marking the park boundary. This was expressed by some communities at a stakeholder meeting at Chikwawa District Council in 2020. Therefore, the consensus was that the Minister of Tourism, with technical expertise from the Minister of Lands or Surveyor General's Department, should be allowed to retrace the park's boundary. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, in 2021, there emerged a community group in Chikwawa calling itself Pamodzitingate Concerned Citizens of Chikwawa. This grouping wrote a letter to the head of state and development partners, as well as several diplomatic missions in the country, claiming that their land, they were claiming back their land from Lengwe National Park. In their land claim, they alleged that in 1975, government snatched land from the communities in form of borrowing. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the Office of the President and Cabinet advised the Minister of Tourism to engage the concerned communities. I am therefore pleased to report that since that time, there have been several meetings with the concerned communities and traditional leaders, including all 4 TAs that border Lengwe National Park. These include Paramount Chief Lundu, TA Ngabu, TA Ndakwera, TA Chapananga, where the final decision or conclusion was that the Minister of Tourism should continue to install beacons along the park boundary as gazetted in 1975. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, my ministry therefore carried the park boundary affirmation with technical expertise from Minister of Lands between 2021 and 2022. And this year, my ministry is concluding installation of beacons as physical features marking the park boundary. It is therefore not correct, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, to construe that the Minister of Tourism has been doing this exercise with the purpose of providing farming land to any particular community, as requested by the Honourable Member from Chikwawa West constituency. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, according to the wildlife law, the Minister of Tourism does not have the powers to degazette or excise part of a protected area. For instance, Section 28, 1 to 4 of the National Parks and Wildlife Act of 2017 is very clear that a thorough study of the area to be excised should be conducted to determine the ecological impacts that would come with such change of the boundary, and the ministry will only make a decision after a resolution of the Honourable House following the study report submitted. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the scenario was confirmed by a meeting of stakeholders earlier this year in Chikwawa that included communities, Ministry of Lands, Ministry of Justice, Ministry of Local Government, Chikwawa District Council, where my ministry was advised to alienate any park, not to alienate any park boundary in areas where there are encroachment, rather than the original legal park boundary of 1975. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, with this explanation, therefore, let me conclude by once again saying that the Ministry of Tourism is in no way engaging with communities to provide them with farming land from Lengwe National Park, as doing so shall be breaking the law. I so submit, Madam Second Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister of Tourism. Supplementary from the owner of the question, Chiradzulu South, and then at the back,
Chikwawa Central.
Chikwawa Central, in that order, please.
Thank you very much, Second Deputy Speaker, for recognizing me again to ask a supplementary question. As much as we appreciate that wildlife should be protected, we, the people of Chikwawa West, believe that lives have to be put as a priority as well. The people of the areas that I mentioned in my question, they don't have farmland. So if we say we can, there's nothing we can do, there's a law that was made by this House, and we believe that amendments can be made on the laws that we come up with. This land, this place, most of the people, when they go to maybe get something from the parks, they are beaten, they are arrested, and we are like prioritizing wildlife than people's lives. So I think what I can say, Madam Speaker, is that the minister at least should do, maybe propose that there should be some amendments to that law. Otherwise, the people are suffering. They don't have farmland. So we can't be working and yet the constituents that we represent are suffering. They don't have the food for their everyday needs. So we really need to do something on this, otherwise the people are suffering. The people of Kanzimbi and surrounding villages are suffering because they don't have any farmland. So, Honorable Minister, that is my question. Is there any possibility of having an amendment on this law? Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Honorable Minister.
Thank you so much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, and through you I want to thank the member from Chukwa West for her supplementary question. Yes, she's right, and the Honorable House is at liberty to make the laws. The laws, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, are meant to protect the people, not the other way around. And also, just to buttress the point that the government of the Republic of Malawi does prioritize its people. And so we are not giving any attention towards wildlife than we do towards the people. If we don't have a people, we don't have a government, we don't have a country. So just for the comfort of the honorable member, that we are not prioritizing wildlife, we are prioritizing the people. And yes, if this house was at some point able to make the law, the same house can also amend the law. So Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I would like to request the honorable member to maybe liaise accordingly, maybe with the legal committee to bring an amendment to the law so that we can see how that is done. But also just to say, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, that the Lengwe National Park is part of the tourism development in this country. It's one of the areas that we have that is beautiful, that it provides our tourists with a place to go to. And so I think as we do that, we need to balance those two elements. The second thing for me, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, would be to say, from 1975 to now, there's been a population boom, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. So the people that were there in 1975, obviously they're not the same as of now. So probably we need to see how best we can look at these things. But the problem now is coming in, that when people are coming to farm very close to the park, what is happening is that we are exacerbating the human-animal conflict, and that's what we are trying to protect. Because we have a legal mandate as a ministry as well to ensure that we are protecting the people, but at the same time we are protecting the wildlife because of the tourism development. So, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, this is not something that I can just give a response to now. It's something that we can discuss. And so, Madam, the honourable member from Chukwa West, we are very, very open that we can see how we can engage. And I want to say that I think these engagements that were taking place in Chukwa, I think you may not have been there. I want to personally go to Chikwawa myself, and I would like to invite the honorable member to be among those consultations that we're going to take place. And the honorable member from Mkombezi can also join so that we have a discussion on how best we can manage this thing. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I so submit.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. The people of Chiladzulu South.
Thank you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, for giving the people of Chiladzulu South to ask a question to the Honorable Minister of Tourism. Madam Speaker, my question relates to the issue of wildlife. I wanted to find out from the Honorable Minister what strategies or what incentives that the ministry is undertaking in order to attract tourists to go to our game reserves. We have so many game reserves. We have the Lake Malawi, we have mountains. In Chiladzulu, we have even the John Chirembe place there. I will need to find out from the Honorable Minister what measures are we putting in place to ensure that we benefit from our wildlife, which we are not doing at the moment. I'm saying this, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, because you are aware that the President in the SONA told us that he has designated her ministry as one of the key ministries under the ATM. We go to ATM? It's agriculture, tourism, and mining. In other words, we will depend on tourism in order to change this economy. We will depend on tourism in order to generate foreign exchange. We need tourism in order to grow the GDP and also improve on the reserves of this economy. So I would want the minister to clearly tell us here what incentive are you pursuing. I'm saying this as a former Minister of Finance and also the Minister of Industry, Trade and Tourism. Thank you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Honorable Minister.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, as the as a former Minister of Trade and Industry and Tourism, I should be learning from the honorable member. He should be telling me the strategies that he had in place, the very good strategies that he had in place. And Madam Speaker, I'm somebody that likes learning. I would have thought that the honorable member from Chikwawa South,
I think you can meet privately the honorable minister.
Yes.
Because for him to stand here and start.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker.
Order, honorable members, order.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, Chirazulu South is asking publicly, and he's telling me publicly that he used to hold my job. And so, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, through you, I'm requesting the honorable member from Chirazulu South to meet me and teach me the strategies that he had in place, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. But having said that, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the honorable member wants to find out, tourism is part of the ATM strategy. What strategies do you have in place to ensure that you are attracting tourists to our game reserves and all this? I wanted to be clear, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, because I think he's onto something that I really want to address. I want to find out, is he asking me in terms of how that question relates to Chirazulu South or tourism development in the country as a whole? Because I would want to address both. Address both? No, I want him to respond, Madam Second Deputy.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. My question relates to both, but more specifically to the entire economy, because you have the ATM agenda. Thank you.
Order, honorable members.
No, thank you so much, Madam First Deputy Speaker. And I would like to start by addressing as it relates to Chirazulu South. Madam Speaker, that's exactly what we are trying to do as a minister. So I think maybe let me start by saying, when it comes to tourism development in our country, we are looking at two key functions. Number one, we are doing product development. Number two, we are doing destination marketing. Destination marketing, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, is about advertising, marketing, all the things that you see us do. Ibatse Moto, Malawi, warm heart of Africa, brand, selling the brand. But after we have done all of that, then the people who start coming into the country, what are they going to see? And that's where product development now comes in, where we now want to develop those products. So it's not enough for people to go to Lake Malawi. It's just not about us saying, you know, we have one of the largest freshwater bodies in the world that has over 1,000 species of fish that are endemic to Malawi. It's not enough. We need to develop the Lake Malawi product to give people an experience. Because people have beaches. Every other country, people that are along the sea, they have beaches that are more beautiful than ours, but they will never have Lake Malawi. What is it that they're going to see at Lake Malawi that they can never experience anywhere else in the world? That's what product development is all about. And that's what we are trying to do. So we are doing that as product development, where we are developing our products. There's only Chilema tree in Zomba in the entire world. How do we position Chilema tree as a product of tourism? But now, secondly, to address the point for Chirazulu South, it's about how do now people of Chilema, people of Chirazulu who have Chirembwe, how do they benefit themselves? Because it is wrong for people of Chirazulu not to be benefiting if we were to put a museum at Chirazulu South, for example. If we were to have a park that honors the fallen hero, Chirembwe, and all the money goes to account number one, we need to correct that. So we're working very closely with our counterparts from the Ministry of Local Government so that the councils, they take lead as far as tourism is concerned. In April 2022, the President of the Republic of Malawi, His Excellency Dr. Lazarus Makathe Jagwera, he launched the Tourism Investment Master Plan. It's a 20-year plan. In that plan, we identified 103 projects. From Chitipawenya to Nsanje Maga, every district has something, has a tourist attraction place. Every district on this land. That's how we are blessed. And so what we are doing together with our counterparts from the Ministry of Local Government, local councils, we are working closely with them so that there's a percentage of that money that has to go to the district, to develop the district, so that the people that own these places should benefit from the same. They should have the jobs, but also whatever is coming, when tourists come, whatever they leave, it should also go towards those people. So, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, to answer the question from the Chirazulu South, Those are the strategies that we have in place. We have product development and destination marketing to attract or to incentivize people to come into our country. And the other incentive is what I was talking about yesterday. We have removed the visas. So you come into our country for free. And we are expecting you that once you come into our country for free, you spend your money, you stay longer, and you tell other people about the beauty of the home heart of Africa. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I so submit.
Thank you very much. Leader.
I was already recognized, madam.
Leader, what has gone out of order?
Is it in order for Chiradzulo South to propose that he meets the Minister of Tourism in private?
Honorable member, I am the one who proposed that. They should meet and change notes. They should meet and exchange notes, please. Honorable members, I did recognize Chukwawa Central for a supplementary. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Speaker, for recognizing the people of Chikwawa Central to ask a supplementary question. Madam, I do appreciate government effort to promote tourism in this country. But Madam, I'm equally concerned as a member of Parliament for Chikwawa Central for the suffering of the people in my constituency, especially at Fambaone, Suen, and the Masaza villages. Madam Speaker, I do appreciate the boundaries which are being put now. But Madam Speaker, how can you put a boundary behind somebody's house? Or you find that the house is here and the bathroom is in the game park where there's a beacon. This is happening at Fambaone, it has happened at Sueni, it has also happened at Masaza. At the moment, Madam Speaker, people are living in fear in their own country. A house is here and the bathroom is in the game park. The big one is behind the house. I've got incidences in my constituency where people have been shot dead because of going just 2 meters from his house. They are saying that they were caught in the game park. Madam Speaker, I do appreciate that the minister wants to go and visit. Let's go together and visit these places. And I want to understand indeed that how can they put beacons behind somebody's house? And the second thing, Madam Speaker, I'm very much worried of the staff of Lengbe National Park, of taking law into their own hands. People have been beaten. Once they are caught, they beat them, they shoot them. Why not take them to the courts so that the courts, the law should take its course, than beating them and shooting them? Madam Speaker, indeed we are really worried with the way people are living in these villages. They are living in fear, they are living like refugees in their own country. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, but I think that question has already been responded to because it is the same as the question from Chukwawa West. I don't know if there is something that you can add to that, Honorable Minister of Tourism.
Madam Speaker, it's not the same because I'm saying beacons are behind houses. She didn't ask that.
Yeah.
Thank you. The Honorable Minister is here. She will respond to that.
No, thank you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. Chikwawa Central, I think, allow me just to say that I need to meet with the Chikwawa West, Chikwawa Central, and maybe probably all of the MPs that are concerned over this issue, personally, maybe on Friday afternoon, so that we can iron out some of these issues together. So I would like to do that. But in terms of the boundaries, so the issue is about, oh, okay, the boundary found me, or you found the boundary and all of that. So we can, pachichewa on Madam Second Deputy Speaker, Mati Mlandua wa Munda, amakakamba pa Munda pomwepo. So that's why I'm saying that it is better for us to go on the ground and try to sort out this there. But in terms of the conduct of our rangers against the people that go into the park and all of that, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, we endeavor to ensure that there is cordial relationships between the parks through our rangers and the community. And Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the very first time I went to Majete Game Reserve, I was shown the handmade guns that people from the communities are making and the traps that they use. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, my heart bled. Our rangers sometimes are hunted down like animals. They are shot themselves by the community members. The community members are making guns, okay, that they use on the rangers. So the rangers are trained on how they can protect the park. And so it's not possible. I don't think it's possible that somebody has just walked into the park and then they'll be shot just like that. There must obviously be a conflict. But I don't want to dwell on those things. What I want to say is, let us engage, because at the end of the day, all of us are trying to do one thing, trying to advance our lives. So our responsibility from the government perspective is that we protect human life and that we ensure that there's a cordial relationships between the parks and the communities that are surrounding those parks. So, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, if you can allow me to request Chikwawa Central as well as Chikwawa West and all the members of parliament that are concerned with Lemge National Park or Majete Park to meet with me on Friday afternoon, even right here, or my office, so that we can iron out these things. And then we can plan a trip together to go to Chikwawa. I do thank you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much, Madam Minister. That's better. Angabiko ni mpaka kujipinda. Leader, which questions should we tackle now?
We can tackle questions related to the Minister of Education. Just to say that we may not be able to extend question time after lunch break because we have to go back to the SONA, as today could be the last day for SONA debate.
Thank you, Honorable Leader. We have a point of order from Mangochimankibe.
Thank you very much, Second Deputy Speaker. Second Deputy Speaker, as names of ministries keep on changing, and therefore their roles, would like at the opportune time this government to explain the different roles that these two ministries are handling, the Natural Resources Ministry and the Tourism Ministry, because sometimes we don't know who is supposed to tackle which issue, especially if we want to approach them on different matters. As you know that the issue of game reserves and national parks, a member of parliament for Monkey Bay like myself, I'm very much interested in those, and even the issue of boundaries is actually a very big issue in Monkey Bay constituency. So I wanted to know whether on these matters we should be approaching Natural Resources Ministry or the Tourism Ministry. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Leader, take note of that. We go to what has gone out of order, Honorable Member for
Chinji South.
Chinji South.
Thank you, Second Deputy Speaker. Second Deputy Speaker, I was wondering if it's in order for what the minister responded to. I know it's good for Malawi, but then in one of her responses, she said there are countries which have been spared of getting visas when they want to come to Malawi. But Madam Speaker, the same Malawi is struggling to get visas to go to the same countries. So I was wondering if it's in order and if that is going to help Malawi. I know we are going to get Forex. I know it's going to help us in tourism sector. But then the same Malawians are struggling to get visa to go to the same countries, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member, for Chinji South, but we have already concluded the 3 supplementary questions. But maybe at an opportune time, the Honorable Minister will explain everything to us. We have already moved to questions under Ministry of Education. Question 221, Nchinji East. Yes, Leader?
I think there were 2 issues. One, you said I should take note, concern from the honorable member from Mangochi. He used to sit in the front so I can see the...
Leader, please.
So...
Madam Speaker, if this is not front enough, then we want to know. Because we see ministers sitting on a...
No, I'm saying you used to sit in front. So when I say Mangochi, then I have to look at the tag. That's why I can't look at the tag. It's a bit far. Yeah, so...
Honorable Leader, you can bring him next to you.
Don't worry. Madam, don't worry. I know Mangochi Monkibe. He's just waiting for time. Don't worry about him. Don't worry about him. If there's one good politician in this house, it's him. All these things.
Let's make progress.
All these things is just looking at you.
Let's make progress, please.
Madam, I wanted to ask the Honorable Minister of Natural Resources to respond because his concern was genuine. Where does he ask? Is it the Minister of Natural Resources, the Minister of Tourism? And then the second issue about the visas. The Honorable Minister of Tourism can also respond. It's very critical because remember the President is coming tomorrow and we don't want people to ask questions that can be asked to ministers. So let's tackle this if possible. Yeah. So.
Okay, thank you. So we are starting with Minister of Natural Resources. I don't know if you got the question or what is it that you have to explain?
Second Deputy Speaker, my recollection is that he is in a state of confusion as to whether to go to tourism or natural resources because we seem to be sometimes overlapping. That was the sense of the question.
Exactly.
So my response would be, depending on the question that he has, it would be easy for us to say it go to tourism or to me. In the absence of that, it's very, very difficult to really know exactly what to say. Thank you.
Or in short, what is it that differentiates you and tourism?
Yeah, the animals belong to tourism. The trees and the environment belongs to the natural resources. As easy as that.
Honorable Minister of Tourism.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, which one am I responding to again?
I think visa. The issue of visas.
Oh, okay. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, allow me to yield the floor to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to address the visa issue. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Deputy Speaker, on the issue of the visas, as you heard the President pronounce himself on this issue, we are now supposed to engage the countries that have had their visa requirements lifted, and we'll be engaging them and see what we can get out of them. Two things we are going to do. One, how many people are now coming from those countries visiting Malawi, and what is it that we're benefiting?
No, continue.
Secondly,
now the Honorable Minister to finish, please.
Secondly, we will engage them how then they can reciprocate our good gesture for allowing their citizens to come into Malawi without visas. How then can our citizens take advantage to visit their countries visa-free? And that's where we're going to start our negotiations. We already have a program to engage with them. So I think after some time, maybe in the next session, we'll be able to come with a report to inform the House as to what we are doing and what has been achieved. Thank you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker.
Madam, can I just...
What procedure are we following?
Can I just...
Now we have the supplementaries. Which procedure are we following? Leader.
I wanted just also to add from what the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs has responded that when you talk about visas and visa fees...
Lower West. Resume your seat.
immigration applications and everything continuously are there. What been scrapped out are visa fees and everything. So you don't say you go to England without a visa. You still need to, but you don't pay visa fees to Malawi. That's what has been scrapped. But you still need to go through Homeland and make applications. You assess who you are. So members should not be confused. Homeland still needs to do their job, just to know who is getting into the country. You may not need a stamped visa, but at least you must be known that you are coming to visit the country. That's why we have airports, we have borders. So you cannot just stand up and go to a country, and then you have to still pass through the airports. They still need to check your passport. You have a valid passport, you come to the country. I think that's what it is.
Supplementary on what? Honorable members, no, that was just a point of clarification from the honorable ministers. So we cannot have a supplementary on a clarification. May I give a chance to Chiladzulu South for a point of order?
Thank you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, for giving the point of order to Chiladzulu South. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I'm confused. I'm confused with the explanation by the Minister of Foreign Affairs. From what she has said, it's like the President has pronounced that he's going to remove visas in certain countries, and thereafter they'll be going to negotiate to find out how many tourists are going to come, how much are we going to get from them, which should start first. What if there's no benefit? Are you going to reverse the pronouncement? I'm really worried, Madam Speaker. I'm confused.
Thank you.
First of all, you should have started with negotiations, and then you decide.
Thank you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. We are on a program to encourage tourists into Malawi, and the decision that was made was based on recommendations from the Ministry of Tourism. These are countries whose citizens have visited Malawi before, and based on the data, the recommendation was that these countries come to Malawi. It's not like they don't have to present any document that they just walk into and out of Malawi. They get to the airport and they'll be given a visa into Malawi. In the past, they needed to apply online and do all sorts of things. But now they will come into Malawi and be given a visa at the port of entry. Now, what we are saying is, this is something that it's not like it's cast in stone. The Ministry of Tourism is going to monitor whether we are really benefiting as per their program. But in as far as the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is concerned, we are going to now engage these countries. This is what Malawi has done to your citizens. What can you do also for our citizens? And we have a reciprocity. And that's what somebody has to initiate, and that's what we're initiating.
Exactly.
So, but then once, if there's any gains that we get from that engagement, we'll inform the House. So that is what we're doing. What you are saying, we would have started by engaging them first. We are on a program to encourage tourists into Malawi, investors into Malawi. Exactly. People must find it easy to come in and out. If you are an investor, you have a lot of money, you don't want to be bothered going onto internet and it's down, the network is not working. What we are saying, we want to make access to Malawi easier. Come. You get to the airport, you get to the border, you will get given your visa at the port of entry. That's what we are saying, Honourable Member. Thank you very much for your question.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, no. We cannot continue like this. Choro Central.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I wonder whether it is in order to plead with the Minister of, to Leader of the House, considering his gesture. It is important that we don't engage the President in the nitty-gritties of this, but the Minister of Tourism. Now, is it in order that we request that the Minister do bring a statement, particularly on this matter we are discussing? In the statement, he should give us scientific data on cost benefit, considering the following, Madam Speaker. The embassy in the UK has been relying a lot on visas. Now that we are scrapping it off, what modalities have we put? Number two is that now that we are scrapping it off, what is the expectation? Because as a country, we can't just leave it open, as poor as we are. Can she put to us what we are expecting to gain? How much from what we are losing, how much are we gaining? We are not saying no to it. It's a very good thing. We must open our borders.
Thank you.
But as Parliament, we need to examine it. I submit.
Thank you. Honorable Leader, Honorable Minister, before you, yes, no, allow Mzimba South has been standing, and then you conclude everything.
Thank you so much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. Mine is
you want to extend time?
Mine is a quick one.
Mzimba South, resume your seat.
Okay.
Leader.
I was rising to ask that we extend time to allow the Honourable Member for Mzimba and then the Honourable Minister of Tourism to wind up on this matter. Thank you.
Thank you. Honourable members, I now put a question, and the question is that time be extended to allow the Honourable Member for Mzimba South to pose his question, and then Minister of Tourism to conclude. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried. Mzimba South.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, mine is a quick one, more especially to the Minister of Foreign Affairs. We have got 3,000 young people right now that are waiting to get visa from Israel. And they have been coming here to Parliament to present their petitions. Is there something that the Minister is doing to fasten up the process so that these young people, they already have passport right now, they already have all the paperwork, but they are waiting for the visa? Is there anything that the Minister of Foreign Affairs is doing to ensure that there is, at Israel, everything is sorted out so that at least they can go and find work there? You understand that there is 10,000 jobs that are there that are just waiting for Malawians to grab them. So is there something that is on the table that they are doing to get these Malawians go there? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Leader, you are making my life difficult. You see what has happened now. The motion is to allow Mzimba South, and then Mzimba South has brought in something contrary to what we are discussing. And we said the Minister of Tourism will come in, and now we want to include Minister of... hey.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I want to agree with Choro Centro that maybe I need to bring a paper that is comprehensive enough that is going to address all of these questions. But just to say, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, that pachichewa manati kupanga zinthu mwadala, being intentional about developing our tourism. We were being disenfranchised. We were being disenfranchised as far as tourism development is concerned, because Zimbabwe, Zambia, Botswana, Namibia, they have a CASA arrangement. And then we have the SADC Univisa arrangement that Malawi is not a party to. So when tourists make decisions from Germany or France or America to come to Africa, Malawi would not be part of it because of the visa regime that we had at the time. Now Malawi, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, is going to be added there because when somebody makes a decision to come to Africa, they are not confined to one country. They want to come to Zambia, but they also want to go to Mozambique, but they also want to come to Malawi. But we were not being involved in that. Our competitiveness was a little bit compromised. Now, because of this, Malawi is now on the table. So, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I will bring a comprehensive ministerial statement on this issue. I submit, Madam Second Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, no.
Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, and thank you very much to the Honourable Member for the question on the export of labour to Israel. We all are very keen to see our young men and women go to Israel to work in Israel. Let me just say that when the program started, the emergency program, it expired on the 31st of January. We are now in negotiation with the Israeli government. There is an MOU that was drafted by the Israeli government, which we have reviewed and we have sent it back to them. So we are waiting to hear from them. Yesterday, when we checked with them, they committed that they would revert back to us as soon as possible. And we are pushing. Before I came here, we also wrote another note verbal to the Israeli government, urging them to speed up the process. So it's something that we are doing, and I also have a lineup of people, of my youth in my constituency, that are waiting to go to Israel. All of us are interested because there's a lot of young men and women waiting to go. So we are working on it, and we will report back to it once we've heard from the Israeli government. I thank you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honorable Leader, what is it?
What is it is that this afternoon, Second Deputy Speaker, we are winding up SONA this afternoon because the President is coming tomorrow, and Thursday, Private Members' Day, and Friday, budget presentation. So honorable members that have not deliberated, they should make themselves available in the House, and we'll stick to SONA from 2 o'clock. Thank you. I just wanted to remind members. That's what it is, Madam.
Thank you very much. And we have honorable members who were recognized yesterday, but they did not make their submission, so we'll start with them. Thank you. Honorable members, I now suspend the House for lunch break. We'll be back at 5 minutes after 2. House suspended.
Well, the second Deputy Speaker has now suspended the House for a lunch break. In the first half of the morning, we saw ministers take questions from different members of Parliament. This was under general business, and among these ministers was Minister of Water and Sanitation, Minister of Local Government, Minister of Education, Minister of Homeland Security, as well as Minister of Tourism. Catch us live again at 2 p.m. this afternoon when the House resumes sitting. I am Rachel Gonani. Bye for now. Chabu inokungofotokozelapo mchichewa kuti wachiwiri kwa wachiwiri wa Speaker nyumba ya malamulo olemekezeka Aisha Adams tsopano ayimitsaka izokambirana za nyumbayi kuti aphungu apite ku nkhomaliro. Kummawaku nyumbayi inayamba ndi mafunso omwe anapita kwa nduna zosiyanasiyana kuchokera kwa aphungu, ndipo zina mwa nduna zimene zinayankhapo mafunso ndi nduna yoona za madzi ndi ukhondo, nduna yoona za maboma ang'onoang'ono, umodzi ndi chikhalidwe, nduna yoona za maphunziro, nduna yoona za chitetezo cha mdziko, komanso nduna yoona ntchito zokopa alendo. Tiye tikhalenso limodzi nthawi ya 2 koloko masanawa pomwe aphungu akhale akupitiriza zokambirana zawo. Dzina langa ndi Rachel Gonani.